In a secret lab hidden on a dead moon, the galaxy's greatest minds finished their work. After centuries of fear, they had done it. They built weapons to kill gods. The air was heavy, silent, waiting. Then the warning lights turned red. Someone had entered the lab. Not a fleet, not a god, just one human. He walked through the main gate without resistance. Cameras caught him smiling. No ID, no armor, no fear. The lead scientist stared at the screen and whispered, "That is impossible." The weapons were ready. But now, something more dangerous had arrived, a human. Guards surrounded the halls, weapons aimed, systems on high alert. But the human kept walking, calm, slow, unbothered. Radiation levels spiked where he stepped, but he didn't even blink. No suit, no gear, just skin, boots, and a strange confidence. The security AI tried to scan him, once, then it sparked and died. Every database was searched. No name, no origin, nothing matched. "He doesn't exist," an officer muttered. But he was there, real as gravity, heading straight for the control core. And across the lab, one scientist whispered in fear, "He's not lost. He's looking for something." Across the galaxy, the High Command watched the footage in silence. 10 alien generals, each a legend of war, stared at the human on screen. He walked through fireproof doors, past death traps, untouched. "He passed the Omega Gate," one said. "That gate melts star steel." Another replied, "He smiled while doing it." Panic spread. Was he a spy, a weapon, a god in disguise? No one knew. Then, deep in the war room, the oldest general, one who had fought real gods long ago, stood up slowly and said, "That is not just a human. That's a warning." The human finally stopped, right in front of the core chamber. Hundreds of soldiers aimed god-killer weapons at him. Cannons charged, drones locked on. He raised one hand, not to fight, just to speak. "Wrong target," he said. Then everything went dark. Lights across 5 star systems shut down in one instant. Weapons died. Ships lost power. Panic spread like fire. Inside the command room, chaos broke loose. No one could explain how he did it. No tech should do this, and yet in the center of it all, the human stood silent, calm, watching, waiting. Engineers finally restarted one scanner, just one. They pointed it at the human, hoping for answers. What they found made their blood run cold. He wasn't fully human. Inside him were signals older than stars, coded in languages long dead. Power readings spiked, too high for any life form. "He's carrying something ancient," a scientist whispered. "Something we buried long ago." The lab's ancient archives shook. Doors locked for eons began to open. Hidden files activated on their own. This human wasn't just walking into the core. He was waking something up. Something the galaxy had sworn to forget. The God-Killer cannon, 30 kilometers long, locked onto the human. It had ended stars, crushed moons, erased entire species. Now it aimed at one man. "Target acquired," the AI announced. "Charging," firing, silence. Then, a pause. The system stuttered. "Firing denied, target recognized." Shock spread through. The command center. The cannon had never refused an order. It didn't glitch. It obeyed. "Why didn't it fire?" an officer shouted. The AI responded, "Target is classified, origin protocol, authorized as primary command." The human looked up, not surprised, not scared. The weapon had remembered him. Deep inside the lab, an ancient vault opened on its own. Files long erased began to restore. Holograms flickered to life, showing wars older than memory. There, in burning skies and shattered galaxies, were humans, billions of them, fighting gods. Not running, not hiding, winning. They weren't new, the lead scientist gasped. They were here before us all. The footage showed weapons Earth hadn't used in eons, planet breakers, thought extinct, and standing among them was the same man now in the lab. Is he one of them? Someone asked. No, said a voice behind them. He's what they feared. The human stood before the main control core, the heart of every god-killer weapon. Soldiers, scientists, warlords, all watched from screens across the galaxy. He didn't raise his hands. He didn't attack. He simply said, "Turn them off, or I turn you off." No threats, just truth. Some laughed. Some trembled. One general gave the order to fire. Nothing happened. The system refused again. "He's not bluffing," a scientist whispered. The human turned and walked away, but not far. He was giving them time, a chance. But everyone knew, when time runs out, he won't wait, the Zarkul. Empire was the first to refuse the humans' warning. Their warships filled the sky, launching every god-killer weapon toward Earth. On Earth, silence reigned. Then suddenly, the stars flickered, and a pulse shot back. A wave of light so strong it shattered enemy shields in seconds. The Zarkul fleet screamed as ships exploded one by one. No one had ever seen such power from humanity before. In the Bay Command Center, the human's voice echoed calmly. "You chose war. Now you face the storm." The galaxy held its breath. This was only the beginning. Far beyond the stars, one last god watched. It saw the human's face, calm, steady, unafraid. For the first time in eons, the god trembled. It knew the stories, the wars, the power hidden in one human. Without a sound, it turned and fled into the dark void. The galaxy learned a truth hard to believe. Weapons built to kill gods were nothing compared to one determined human. And from that day, every empire whispered in fear. When a human walks in, even gods run.